My engagement is optimized. My engagement's so optimized, bro.
My engagement is so optimized, I don't even know what to think anymore about this game. I feel so optimized that I'm going to make this commentary and just tell you guys exactly what's going on here. This is not a conspiracy video. This is about this game, and I just don't know what to think of it anymore. I think I found the key, though. I think I found the key to actually beating this skill-based matchmaking, engagement-optimized matchmaking system, and that's to take matters into our own hands. Let me just set the stage here and describe this gameplay you're going to see. You saw me putting in me joining the match normally. Now, I have been using a VPN, and then this past week, I have been two-boxing. So VPN, of course, can kind of manipulate the matchmaking a little bit. At the very least, it could geofence you and keep you in your geographical region and not put you in a match in like Bangladesh or whatever where you have like 200 ping, which is already good. That's a really good thing. But on top of that, two-boxing allows you to just beat up on noobs. You can make a bad account, tank its stats, join a match, and then just session join that account. And then boom, you can beat up on Timmy No Thumbs and his merry band of morons in Nuketown 24/7. That's typically how it works. Very, very easy to manipulate the matchmaking in this game. So easy, in fact, you can manipulate it just by quitting. I'm not kidding. This match is going to seem a little weird. And what I mean by that is this is a normal match-made game. Outside of that stupid recon bullshit you saw, which is just literal like skill equalization baked in, coded into the fucking game. Anyway, this game is a normal match-made game, but I'd quit out of the match prior. Keep that in mind. I quit out of the match prior because the game auto-switched me to mouse and keyboard because my wireless controller disconnected and you can't switch it back in-game and it doesn't tell you and it's a pretty stupid system, but whatever. I backed out of the last match and then I normally joined a match. I should be pretty high up in the SBMM bracket here the last several games. Two boxing, I've dropped like 60, 70 kill games with single-digit deaths. It's that easy, yeah. But this should be a rather high SBMM bracket. But by quitting the previous match, I seem to get a little easier competition for the most part. There's a point in this match, however, and I want you guys to really pay attention to this gameplay. In fact, go back and watch it again if you really want to study this, because I want you to pay attention to when there's like a shift almost. In this gameplay, I experienced something that could only be described as a mid-match nerf. I start up the match and I'm doing pretty well, as you guys can see here, and I end up going 27-9. I'm not getting any of my streaks. I have my two-boxing kit on here. Not running any high-end streaks, so that's not even really factored into the equation. This is just pure kills, pure deaths. But I'm doing pretty good, and I checked the scoreboard around the midway point in the match, maybe a little bit before that, and I'm like 27-9. 3-1 KD, that's really good. I end this match 40-19, 40-20, roughly a 2 KD. And around the midpoint of this match, it felt honestly like I was actively getting nerfed. Like I was just being too good, and I was actively getting nerfed mid-match. Which is the strangest thing to say without any hyperbole, but I swear to fucking God, it felt like it. There was a point in this match where my aim assist just turned off. You're going to notice it at a certain point. I'll be aiming at a guy, and my gun just starts whipping back and forth like a windshield wiper. I have pretty damn good aim on Black Ops 6 and X-Defiant and whatnot. I know what aim assist feels like. You know what I mean? It felt like it turned off, and I could not get on target. On top of that, there was a point where I had aim resist, where I'm trying to aim at a target, and it's not really sticking. It feels like it's pushing my aim away or whatever. There's a point where I hit a guy with so many shots, I thought he would be dead, and he did not die. There is a point in this gameplay as it progresses where a guy kills me with his asshole. Not kidding. There's other times where I'm just melting people and they die really fucking quickly. And for whatever reason, we don't have like dedicated damage numbers or like health bars in this game. It doesn't really make sense. So I don't know if they were injured beforehand. It feels like the deception's kind of built in, like I said. Before you think I'm crazy with this, I want to play this clip from Nero's last video. And again, just, he's got it recorded. It's plain as day. So we're going to transition to that, and then we'll get back to this gameplay, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
For you guys here today. I'm sure you've all heard the rumors about skill-based damage. We all know about skill-based matchmaking, but have you guys ever seen the game dynamically change mid-match just to screw you over? I could not believe it when it happened, but it was streamed live, so you guys know I'm not messing around here. And as you can see, we're just running through this team right from the very start. The connection was awesome, hit detection was on point, and the other team pretty much all backed out. Well, Activision, with their infinite wisdom, decided to throw in the Middle Eastern Avengers into our lobby, and instantly hit detection went out the window. You guys are watching some examples of what happened after these guys joined. You can barely hit them, let alone kill them with the sheer amount of server desync that's going on. It's almost like they dynamically gave these guys host or something. And the craziest part is when you watch the play of the game at the end, you can clearly see the dude's using a one-shot weapon, that they're not having any connection issues whatsoever, but us, we can't hit a freaking thing because as soon as they joined, the entire server basically fell apart. What in the world actually just happened? It's like Activision nerfed us in real time because we were having too much fun, and that inspired this entire video.
Now, could that be bad luck on his part? Yeah, it could. You know, it's a small sample size. But with everyone in the community saying that something is wrong, with people coming out and showing that the actual netcode and doing, very scientific tests like Tactical Brit. So I get that's a small sample size. I get that. But with everything I have heard in this community about just this game not being consistent, I don't know if it's rigged or not. I cannot honestly tell you if it is. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. I do know for a fact, though, and this is irrefutable, factual evidence, my friends, this game's netcode is completely and utterly fucked. It's fucked. Tactical Brit covered this in a video and ran tests for days. Scientifically, this game's netcode and desync are horrendous. Absolutely nothing is consistent. In this gameplay, again, the TTK, if nothing else, just watch the TTK in this video and tell me it makes any sense. Sometimes I'll drop guys instantly. Were they injured or not before? I honestly don't know. I don't know. We don't have the data. We don't have the data to prove that in this scenario. So I don't know. In some cases, there's a guy, and I'm going to point it out when it happens. I stopped firing at this guy, and I fire at his teammate. And I could have swore I hit him with enough shots to kill him the first time, but maybe I didn't. Watching it back, it looked like I hit him with like 4 shots from this XM4 or whatever. So then I take a second to reload, and I pop up, and I fire at him again, and he continues to take shots. Is he using stim shots and healing really fast? Is he just immune to damage? Am I just getting ghost hit markers? I don't know what actually is going on. I just know that it's not consistent. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand this game's time to kill. I don't understand this game's time to die. And then it kind of hit me before I even get to that clip that it doesn't really matter if this is rigged or not. It doesn't matter if this is intentional or unintentional, or if it's just the netcode being bad. I read this comment the other day and it just hit me. And I'm going to give you guys the solution right after I read this comment, and maybe another one or two I have saved. The first is this comment on Reddit. This is the most rigged/unfair FPS game I've ever played. The game messes with your aim assist, feels strong in some games and non-existent in others. Gun damage, input latency, packet bursts, and on top of all that, the matchmaking for lobbies is horrendous. You can't say I suck because I have a 2.4 KD, so I'm way above average. I never played a game that gives you so many disadvantages for playing good casually. I really do enjoy the game, but this game is hella rigged and you can't convince me otherwise. This guy just says, welcome to EOMM. And I have another comment from someone that says the same thing, but gives the best solution I've ever seen. Played the game legit up to Prestige 4 before I started hardcore 2-boxing. Managed to hold a 3 KD with around a 1.5 win-loss, which is the worst win-loss I have ever had in a COD. Add constant packet loss, game freezes mid-gunfight, only to work just fine after getting me killed, weapons not doing any damage sometimes, and cheaters running rampant. The game also rigs/balances your matches with horrible teammates. Imagine dropping 40 to 50 kills on TDM only to see all your team double or triple negative with like 10 kills combined. I get the feeling some of these teammates may be actual legitimate bots. We'll come back to that. The second I started using my bot account, most of the server and connection issues became a rarity, and it almost feels like an entirely different game. Two-boxing is the only correct way to play this game, and I encourage everyone with self-esteem to do it. If Activision is not reverting skill-based matchmaking and engagement-optimized matchmaking, we have to bully their protected bracket, brain-dead wallet warrior players into quitting the game entirely. The fight is on Activision. A fucking man, brother. And before people get upset about this, I'm gonna regurgitate what I have read in my comment section anytime I make a video about skill-based matchmaking or how sweaty the lobbies are or whatever. People just say, just get better. Just get better. Skill issue. Skill issue. Get better. Skill issue. If skill-based matchmaking didn't exist, I wouldn't be able to do this. I just wouldn't. If these fucking numbskulls that I'm going to be dropping 60, 70 kills on don't want to improve, that is not my problem, motherfuckers. That's not my problem. Sorry. So I want to point out this sequence of events here, and the only thing I can think of is stim shot, but I want your guys' opinions. I'm just going to stop and talk about the gameplay here real quick before we get back to the meat and potatoes. I fire at the Swift guy. I thought I hit him with enough shots to kill him, but I didn't, so I kill his buddy. I take a second to reload. I shoot him again with like 4 more shots. He does not die. The only thing I can think of is stem shot, but I don't know. I do not know. The TTK in this game, in this particular Nuketown match, has been so radically inconsistent, I can't tell. And, you know, I went into this match kind of expecting the worst, because this is like a normal lobby, you know? And the fact that it started out pretty good, and it's not just the fact that I, you know, got more deaths in the second half of the game, it's the fact of how the deaths happen. If I get shot in the back, or I just get, like, killed because my sprint out time sucks, or my aim sucks, or whatever, like, that's fine. But it's stuff like this I have a problem with, and you're gonna see in just a second. So, kill this guy coming through the door. His teammate, I kind of lose aim assist on. Then I go over here. This guy kills me while he's not even looking at me. Go back and slow it down. I mean, this is terrible. Whatever this is fucking terrible. That guy killed me with a fucking fart out of his asshole. It looked like, dude, I'm done. I'm sorry. Here's my solution, guys. Let's talk about it. This guy melts me instantly, by the way, sliding. I die in 1 frame. I thought I got sniped. I don't understand it. This guy, I have aim resist on, and I'm not kidding. All this stuff I remember feeling, and I made a mental note on it. So there's that. Aim resist, losing aim assist, you name it, it started happening as this match progressed. I noticed none of this stuff when I'm using a VPN. I noticed none of this stuff when I'm using the 2-box method. It just doesn't happen. I cannot explain it other than the fact that this game from the ground up is meant to punish any sort of skill, and is an inconsistent pile of steaming goat shit. That's all I can think of. So here's my solution. Sorry to keep you hanging. Here's my solution. I just had to give you context. We'll go from cheapest to most expensive. First of all, just quit. Quit the game. Stop playing it. If that's not on the table because you're addicted, I get it. This game's meant to be addictive. I get it. If that's not on the table, just quit out. If you're experiencing bullshit or having issues, just quit. Just quit out of the match and search for a new match. If you want to take that a step further, grab a VPN. I recommend SBMMoff. I've partnered with them. I use their VPN, and you can use my code in the description if you want to pick that up with a slight discount. And the most expensive option, which if you really fucking hate this system, go for it. $2. Whip out your old Xbox One or PlayStation 4 and make a new account. Pick up Black Ops 6 either through Game Pass or some other method. I hate to give these guys money twice though, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, just do that and then tank the noob account stats, search for a match, join with your main account, back out the noob account, feast on some noobs. There's all the options. All of those things will help fuck over this system. I don't care which one you do. You might even want to do all of them. Honestly, mix it up. That's what I'm doing right now. So I guess that's that. And we can put this whole thing to bed. Oh,